Roxo Media House.
We've been through a lot of challenges from the beginning, from the very start. We've experienced so many challenges within this program, and I think a lot of the other teams within the country, they haven't gone through what we've gone through. So I think the things that have challenged us, the obstacles, the adversity, all these little things that have challenged us, I think that's what's going to help us in the long run. Just going through those emotions, going through those experiences, and just facing them as a team head on, and being able to overcome that on the biggest stage in America on March Madness. I mean, it's going to be a great show.
You are in the State of the Frogs with head coach Jamie Dixon. Brought to you by Railhead Smokehouse, Hub International, Dave's Hot Chicken, by Texas Health Resources, the Flying Tea Club, and by Cadillac. Now with the head coach, here is the voice of the Frogs, Brian Estridge.
Welcome in. It's another edition of State of the Frogs as we get ready for postseason now for the Horned Frogs. Jamie Dixon, the head coach, is alongside. Hey, one programming note, and Coach doesn't even know this yet. Coming up here in a couple of days, get ready because here at FrogsToday.com, we're going to drop a brand new documentary on Dr. James Cash. We thought we'd do that around March Madness, and so we had a chance to sit down with him. That's going to be coming out here in the next couple of days.
Looking forward to seeing
yeah, it's going to be great.
Let me know.
Yeah, I will. All right, so let's dive into postseason now. You get out of the Big 12 tournament, Coach. You got the win in that opening round that you wanted to get. You got that second game, hard-fought game against Texas that went down to the wire.
Texas obviously playing good, and they go and win the tournament.
Yeah.
And we had chances. We had opportunities. Obviously played real well against Kansas State. Got a 13-point win against a really good team. And playing our best basketball of the year. And obviously, Texas game, we watched the film. We looked at it. Played so hard down the stretch, and we got stops. We didn't convert all game long in transition. Our worst conversion rate, not even close in fast break opportunities. And that's what you do well, so you think it's going to be there, but we didn't get it done. And they finished better around the rim than we did, simply put. That was the difference.
It's funny you mentioned that. We get home late, if you remember, or early, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
And the first thing my wife says to me was, they played so hard on defense. Yeah. And they gave it everything they had.
Yeah, we were a little smaller at the end of the game, and I just felt like things were going the right way. We were coming up with stops. We were playing with great energy. We just kind of rushed it offensively when we got to the other end. And, I mean, we had 4 opportunities to make it it was 4 points, and we had 4 different opportunities, good shots, free throws, and didn't get it done. And then we got another stop, and we didn't get it done. And but the energy was there, the effort, the enthusiasm, just didn't convert. And that was kind of the story of the whole game. We just didn't finish around the rim. We didn't finish 20 fast break opportunities, and we only got 5 points. To give you an idea, that percentage is by far the worst we had all year. And it just didn't make any sense.
Mike Miles made the all-tournament team, and I thought Chuck O'Bannon really raised the level of his game.
Yeah, no, he was really good, and some rebounding that first game against Kansas State, 7 rebounds along with the baskets and the buckets that everybody was talking about. And also, Mike was tremendous. He shot it well, good shot selection, defended well. He was really good. But yeah, we it's a great win against in Texas. They kind of had 2 big margin wins, and we fought tooth and nail down the stretch there. And like I said, we just didn't convert. And in the first half, we had a stretch where we had 4 or 5 transition opportunities in a row. And didn't convert. And that was, really kind of caught up to us as the game went on.
You talk about playing your best basketball of the year. You mentioned that. You look at that last handful of games, you can see that. Part of that is Mike Miles at 100%.
Yeah.
And really kind of getting everyone in the flow. Every one of these games, you've seen it be a full team effort.
Yeah, no, there's no question. I think one of the things I said going into the tournament is it's the first time everybody's really healthy.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you all feel good. And, even yesterday in the training room, we didn't really have guys in there. When I've walked in there this year, we've had 6, 7, 8 guys, up on the stool there, just getting ready. I mean, so it feels good. I feel good about our guys. I think they're excited about this tournament coming up.
You know what? I should mention this. Rondell Walker is one of those guys.
Yeah.
A guy who's back healthy again, and you see him start to slowly contribute more and more.
Oh yeah, defensively he was tremendous.
Yes.
In the first game, Kansas State limited minutes, but 4 possessions in a row just disrupted their offense. And then 5 rebounds in 13 minutes against Texas, really good defense, a layup, a free throw. Just got to get his rhythm going offensively a little bit more to where we think he can get. But, we always thought he could be a great defender for us. And, you got to be healthy, you got to be practicing. And he's been practicing for the last couple of weeks, and that helps out.
Micah Peavy shooting the ball a lot better as well.
Yeah, we're shooting the ball better, 38% in the last 5 games from 3. And, that's kind of what we envisioned. Didn't happen this year throughout. But, we're shooting the ball better than we have all year. So, that's where it is. But guys get banged up, hurt. That's the thing that gets affected, and our league wears you down a little bit too. But it seems that we've kind of shooting our best, and we'll get a lot of shots up these couple of days going forward here, and be ready. But if we start shooting the ball at the clip we thought, that makes our offense look a whole lot better, and it's been pretty good all year long.
Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark said during the event, he had a press conference, he said, I see no reason why we would leave Kansas City. I have to agree with him. Why would you leave Kansas City?
No, I mean, obviously it's a great advantage for a few schools up there, Kansas State and Iowa State and Kansas, and but hey, they've earned it. I mean, they've filled the place. They create an atmosphere. And I don't know that there's a better atmosphere. I mean, we had the Thursday night games, or I'm sorry, the Wednesday night games. They're packed.
Yep.
It's great. Now, obviously, I've been in the Garden. I've been in the ACC, and they have some advantages and some good things too. But I think Kansas City, it's the biggest thing in town. The arena's great. The people really appreciate it. You're playing basketball fans. I mean, we can say Kansas is a basketball state. There ain't no question about it. And Iowa's close enough too, and that's a basketball state. And so, they're playing to the strengths up there.
Yeah, there's no question. All right, the league, talking about strengths. I mean, the respect that I think the committee showed the league. Thought Oklahoma State might sneak in. West Virginia ended up, a 9 seed? But I think there was still some respect shown to the league.
Yeah, no question. And, but, there's always something you can put in. And sometimes things just work out. But the Oklahoma State stands out because 7 teams with a net that were below theirs. And that's just hard to believe that they don't get in. So, but our thing, we've got the 11th strongest schedule in the country. Like I said, we would, and that just shows what we go up against all year long.
Yeah, I always laugh when you see these prognosticators at the end of it. They say, "I got 61 of the 64, whatever." Do they want credit for the automatics? Why do we have to? We got to give them the credit for the 32. Yeah,
well, you're tough on the media. Man. I'm telling you, you're tough on the media.
Yeah, right. Coming up a little bit later on, Coach is going to be back. We'll preview that opponent for the Horned Frogs in the first round. It'll either be Arizona State or Nevada, 2 quality teams that TCU could see. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But first, we get to meet up with Xavier Cork. He joins us next when State of the Frogs continues after this timeout.
At Higginbotham, we put people first. So we simply start by listening to you. Whether you're searching for customized insurance, HR, or financial solutions to protect your home, car, health, business, or employees, our specialists are here to serve you, the people you care about, and your success. Higginbotham. Insurance, HR, and financial services. Inspired by you.
This is Cowtown Headache Center, a neurology clinic that specializes in headache medicine. We offer standard oral medications, we offer trigger point injections, we offer multiple nerve blocks, we offer infusions both for prevention medication and for acute relief. My name is Andrew Levere. I'm a physician assistant that has a special certification from the National Headache Foundation in headache medicine. Patients are pretty shocked when I tell them we have tons of options for them and that we can do better than what they're doing. I don't just tell you, here's one medicine we're going to try. I'll give them options, and then ultimately we choose together as the provider and patient. It's very satisfying to know that we're changing people's lives.
Texas-based Happy Water offers the best-tasting, sugar-free kids drink ever made. Happy Water comes in 4 delicious flavors that you can find at local retailers and on Amazon. Each pouch contains 0 grams of sugar, 0 calories, and 0% juice. Head to happydrinks.com for more information and to purchase Happy Water. That's HAPI drinks.com. Live happy. Be happy. Drink happy.
The Flying T Club provides the everyday TCU fan and alum the ability to specifically support TCU student athletes. Flying T Club offers 3 levels of memberships. The Flying T Club is a nonprofit organization supporting the brand development of TCU student athletes through a series of unique event-based networking opportunities, which are exclusive to our members. These events provide a great social engagement tool for our members and student athletes alike. Follow them on Instagram at Flying T Club or online at flyingtclub.com.
Growing up in Silver Spring, small town, country town, things like this, you're just happy to even make it to college. So to even make it to the NCAA tournament was crazy to me.
State of the Frogs rolls on. Coach Jamie Dixon's going to be back a little bit later on. We'll preview Arizona State and Nevada. Right now, we get to dive in a little deeper. One of the Horned Frogs, one of our favorites, Xavier Court. Give me a fist bump, man. There we go. All right, from Sulphur Springs. How you doing?
Doing good.
All right, NCAA tournament time. That's got to be exciting. Just the other night, you were right here when they announced you're going in as a 6th seed. What were you thinking?
Well, I was just thinking that how much of a blessing it is to be in this situation, how much I'm excited for us, me and my teammates as well. Second year doing this, so I feel like everybody's feeling good right now. I think we're going to go accomplish something.
I thought you made a great point the other night when we were talking, and you said, hey, coming out of Sulphur Springs, I was just lucky to be able to go to college. And now to be able to go to the NCAA tournament 2 times, it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, like I said, Silver Springs is a country town. Most people out of there, we've known them my whole lives. Most people don't make it very far from Silver Springs. If they do go to college, it's somewhere like 30 minutes away. It takes them in commerce. So most of the people are familiar with that area, stay in that area. So just to be able to make it and expand from that is just really a blessing.
How hard was it for you? Because you transferred from Western Carolina, which is in Cullowhee, North Carolina. It's a long way away in the mountains of North Carolina. You decided to go there as a freshman. How hard was that decision to say, you know what, I'm going to pick up from Sulphur Springs and move to North Carolina?
Well, the decision was ultimately not something that I really wanted to do. It's something that kind of just like, it was kind of like God's plan, you know? It's something that like, I went up there and the coach was great. The campus is actually pretty nice. It looks very nice. It's up in the mountains.
The arena's great.
Yeah, the arena looks good too. And I just felt like that's somewhere I could start, probably get my career going, and luckily I came back here.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is you were under-recruited coming out of Sulphur Springs, and you had a chance now to come back here to TCU. Do you remember that process and what it was like, and how did you decide on TCU?
Well, I knew I wanted to come back home, so my decisions narrowed to Texas schools essentially, or schools that are close in this area. So, and just talking to the coaches and stuff, Dixon and Benford, they made a notice on how much like they felt like I could help the team and how much I could kind of make a career for myself here, and talked about the academics as well. Just being able to graduate from TCU and having that degree is also nice too.
Yeah, degree in criminal justice, right? All right, when basketball's over with, and let's hope that's a long time down the road, what are you going to be, an FBI agent? What are you going to do? Do you know yet?
Well, I was thinking on the lines of something like a criminal profiler. That's something that I'm kind of like interested in and been looking at. Yeah. So that's something that I would probably be interested in doing.
That's cool. You don't see me as a criminal, do you?
No.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. All right, so your minutes continue to expand too, and you're making the most of them too. You're taking advantage of that. Tell me what that feels like now that you're kind of the natural starter on this rotation.
It feels good. Feels nice. I'm just happy to be able to help my teammates. Really, I like to put my teammates in the best position. They put me in the best position. I feel like we all help each other be successful.
You know, when people talk about the postseason, they always talk about the slate's been wiped clean. Do you view it that way too? Do you kind of say, okay, second season here, let me show them what I got?
Yeah, of course. Because right now records don't matter. It's you win or you lose. So it's a great opportunity for us to be able to go as far as we can and do as best we can in tournament.
Yeah. You know, one of the things before we leave here I want to touch on is you talked about growing up in Sulphur Springs, which is a pretty good place to grow up. I'm a small town guy too. And one of the things they did this year, you reminded me they did when you were a player as well. They had a manager who was special needs, and they made sure on senior night that manager had a chance to play. And you said y'all did that when you were playing as well, right?
Yeah, we had a guy, his name was Dylan. He was a guy, not really special needs. He was a great dude, but obviously he didn't have the ability to do what we could do, and on senior night we were able to get him a start and let him get the first bucket, so everybody was excited for him. We've known him our whole life, small town, so that was very exciting for us to see as well.
I was going to say that had to make you feel pretty good too, and I know it made Dylan feel good.
Oh yeah, for sure. He loves that stuff.
And I'm sure, man, that's good. All right, so you got Nevada, you got Arizona State. Arizona State's got a big 7-footer. Nevada's got a scorer out front who can really score the basketball. These are two really good teams. Does it matter who you play at this point?
It doesn't really matter. We're going to make the most of each one. Well, whoever wins, we're going to obviously scout great for them. Our coach do a great job of scouting, so we'll know everything about them. We'll be prepared, and I feel like we'll just go from there.
All right, Xavier, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be fun. You ever been to Denver?
No, sir.
All right. See, you get to mark that off the list, too, now, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's Xavier Cork joining us here, the big man for the Horned Frogs. Coming up, Jamie Dixon's back with us. We'll start to preview that matchup, Arizona State or Nevada. We'll get into that next when State of the Frogs continues after this timeout.
Say hello to the water of tomorrow. Richard's Rainwater. Richard's Rainwater is 100% rain, refreshing, renewable, and the only ingredient we use in our water. Why rain? Because everyone deserves access to clean water, and rain is a 100% renewable resource available everywhere. Drink the rain. Save the planet. Shop now at richardsrainwater.com.
The Flying T Club provides the everyday TCU fan and alum the ability to specifically support TCU student athletes. Flying T Club offers 3 levels of memberships. The Flying T Club is a nonprofit organization supporting the brand development of TCU student athletes through a series of unique event-based networking opportunities, which are exclusive to our members. These events provide a great social engagement tool for our members and student athletes alike. Follow them on Instagram at Flying T Club or online at flyingtclub.com.
I don't feel like we're a surprise anymore. You know, we know how good we are, and I feel like everyone in the country knows how good we are. You know, we're staying confident going into this tournament. You know, we're staying together, believing in one another, and try to get the win.
We excited. This is exciting times ahead of us. To be going back-to-back years within TCU program is exciting. I think we're all just soaking in all our emotions right now, and we just know that we have great things ahead of us.
We're just ready to play. It's just our turn. It's our time. We say it every day. It's our time.
Obviously, a little unique because there's a game before you. Figure out who we're playing, Arizona State and Nevada. Thought we were either a 5. Thought we were 5. That's what seemed most of them had, but could have been to that next 6. And so, like the Denver, as far as that's the closest we were going to get, so that's good. And obviously, Arizona State, watched them a few times, watched Nevada a few times on the late night games. So we'll already signed our scouts and who's watching who. Coach Benford and Coach Broussard. Coach Broussard coached with Coach Alford, and then Coach Benford coached at Arizona State. So there'll probably be some ties in there. But a lot of familiarity with the teams that we possibly could play. Saying I was just looking, a little disappointed about Oklahoma State not getting in, based on where their net is. I just, don't see how it's in the league that they're playing in. A little surprised by that one. But those are really the things at the top of my head from what I've seen. I guess you guys were there for the 4-year recognition trying to find a phrase to fit college basketball during the COVID times and transfer times. But it was great to have them have an opportunity to talk and speak. And as I said, we hope, love every one of those guys and want them all back. But we also know they all have dreams to play at the next level. And so we'll be figuring that out. But right now it's all about this tournament, and played really well in the Big 12. We watched some tape today beforehand of the game, and just looked at some things and evaluated that, and talked about how hard we played. Boy, we played hard, especially down the stretch, but we just didn't convert, and we really broke it down into our transition. Our points per possession, obviously that's our best. We're the best in the country in fast break. We just didn't convert, and we had 20 opportunities, and we just didn't make open shots and miss some around the rim, and so that was the biggest thing that stood out. And then they did finish around the rim, and we're one of the best teams in the country as far as finishing around the rim, and we didn't, and they did, and that was really the biggest difference. So I loved how hard we played both games. Great win against Kansas State, and we're going to play somebody good real soon.
Welcome back into State of the Frogs with the head coach, Jamie Dixon. Now let's turn our attention to who the Frogs could see in round 1. By the way, folks, you look at these 3 teams that are left. Got 3 of the best guards in the history of college basketball coaching. Jamie Dixon, Steve Alford, and Bobby Hurley.
Well, you got 2 of the best.
No.
There's a third guy that would have been the backup on that squad.
Those guys could play, though, back in the day.
Yeah, no, they could, and both good friends.
Mm-hmm.
They had unbelievable careers, and dads, high school coaches,
Yeah.
played for their dads.
Yeah.
I was coached by my dad, but he wasn't a high school coach. But I grew up with. He coached me as a youngster, so that's our similarity. That's probably the only similarity. I don't know where you're going with that first statement.
Let's talk with Arizona State. Let's start with them. This is a team out of the Pac-12, has a big 7-footer who gets about 7 or 8 rebounds a ball game. This is a team that won. I think they finished 22-12 in the Pac-12. Quality team here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna. I mean, anybody that's in there now is good, and we know that. And just interesting because you don't know who you're going to be playing.
Right.
So we did that before with the Syracuse Arizona State a couple of years back when we were in this similar situation. So it's unique. It kind of takes away your preparation, but they're playing a game too as well. So we're kind of on the we got to be worried about ourselves.
Yeah.
And 2 good teams and deep teams and with a lot of experience.
Yeah, Frankie Collins, the point guard for Arizona State, 146 assists on the year, 6'1", good player.
Yeah, they're small but quick on the perimeter.
Right.
They got some athletes inside. It's a team that one-on-one basketball and very athletic.
Yeah, Warren Washington's that big man, the 7-footer out of Escondido.
Shots.
Yeah, 7 rebounds, 7 points or so a game. Nevada, on the other hand, Steve Alford's team out of the Mountain West. This is another. Well, they get 4 teams in. The Mountain West did. Respect to that league. This is a team that they got a little bit more balance. They got guys that can score at every position. Looks like.
They've got a big guy can step out, which is always a concern. We've been pretty good in that this year, but it's always a challenge because you don't see a lot of it in our conference, and that's what concerns me the most. They run good stuff, man to man. Again, we're going to have to guard on the perimeter. 5 guys can shoot the basketball.
Yeah, Jared Lucas at 6 foot, 6'6" or so, the guard can step out and shoot that 3. 206 attempts over the year already from behind 3.
I watched him while he was at Oregon State and a transfer there. So, one of those 50-year guys.
Yeah.
And he can shoot it. There's no question about it.
Yeah, Keenan Blackshear looks like a tough matchup at 6'6", 146 assists on the year.
Big guard,
basketball.
point. And Lucas is the off guard, can really shoot it. So a little different makeup in that regard, but they play their roles and know what they're doing.
Tempo-wise, it looked like, and I'm just basing this on numbers, Arizona State doesn't play as fast as some of the teams that we've seen in the Big 12. Is that right or not?
I mean, they're quick and athletic, but they'll get into long possessions because of their defense. Not easy to score on, and then offensively they've got some false motion, as we call it, before they get into some one-on-one stuff.
Thursday night, you'll get in there actually on Wednesday, get a workout on Thursday, is that right? And then play Friday night in preparation for this. Do you like that? Does it matter when you get in the postseason?
You wonder about what you're going to get Thursday, Friday, and the interesting thing is you got to schedule Saturday, Sunday in our situation of how you want to do the practices, when you're going to take a day off. You don't want to go all the way through. You want to keep your guys fresh mentally as well as physically. So you're kind of figuring out where you want. We kind of thought maybe Denver, since that was the closest one to us, but they're always looking for teams to put in that West region, and since we're where the West begins, I guess, in Fort Worth. It seems that another year of being out west. I
get the sense that your guys have been kind of waiting for this moment for postseason to get in with something to prove.
And that's kind of what we kind of did our senior 4-year recognition of guys, and I kind of wanted to be in the. This is not closure in our Texas game last week or 2 weeks ago. We've got more to do, and I kind of wanted to tie it in with the brackets coming out and everybody excited about what's coming up and not looking back.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right, it cranks up on Friday night.
You did a great job seeing your
Well, that was fun, man. That was fun for that selection show. I love the fact that to see all those guys, see their energy and to see the emotion. Well, you can see it here when they find out where they're going. It means a little something. And guys like Chuck O'Bannon, and Chuck said that, I came back with something to prove. And that means something.
The sunglasses because it was really bright.
Is that what it was? Yeah, right. All right, that's going to do it for this week's edition of State of the Frogs with the head coach, Jamie Dixon. Don't forget now, it's Friday night, Frogs against Arizona State or Nevada. And here in the next couple of days, look for that new documentary on Dr. James Cash to drop just in time for March Madness. For the head coach, I'm Brian Esters. Thanks for joining us this week on State of the Frogs.
Roxo Media House.